South Carolina sells postcard beauty, pastel coastal streets, quiet towns, slow, peaceful life. But reality feels different. Some towns attract intense complaints. People mention traffic. They mention crime reputations. They mention weak opportunity. They mention high prices. They mention broken promises. This countdown explores 7 disliked South Carolina towns. No town is only its worst statistic. One famous destination hides a surprising truth. Millions of visitors change everything there. We start with a capital city. A city many find important. A city some find underwhelming. Number 7, Columbia. Columbia is South Carolina's capital. It hosts the University of South Carolina. It should feel like the state's center. Critics compare it with Charleston. Critics also compare it with Greenville. Charleston feels more historic. Greenville feels more polished. Columbia gets blamed for heat. It gets blamed for game day traffic. It gets blamed for lacking identity. People debate both sides of the river. Still, Columbia keeps growing. Its population reached about 147,000. That was in 2025. Growth rose about 7.5%, compared with 2020. Then came the 2015 flood. Floodwater damaged homes. It damaged businesses. It damaged infrastructure. It damaged the Columbia Canal. Recovery projects lasted for years. Some districts feel revived. Others still feel unfinished. Columbia has major city ingredients, but the recipe feels incomplete. That frustration earns 7th place. Number 6, Sumter. Sumter looks affordable. It looks stable. It looks patriotic. Shaw Air Force Base defines the city. The base provides jobs. It provides identity. It provides constant motion. But there is a catch. Many families arrive temporarily. Many already know they will leave. That creates a strange atmosphere. Stable, yet always changing. Sumter's population was about 43,000. That was in 2025. It was slightly below 2020. Median household income neared $55,600. Critics say entertainment feels limited. They say development feels uneven. They say downtown feels smaller than expected. There is community pride here. There are strong military roots, but newcomers often expect more energy. Sumter feels built around duty, not discovery. From here, the complaints deepen. They become less cosmetic. They become more about opportunity. Number 5, Florence. Florence sits at a crossroads. Interstate 95 passes through. Interstate 20 meets it there. Travelers know Florence well. They know the exits. They know the hotels. They know the restaurants. They know the medical buildings. They know the shopping centers. Critics say that is the problem. Florence can feel like an exit. Useful, but not memorable. Still, the economy has weight. Healthcare generates billions locally. Retail brings in billions more. Yet poverty remains visible. Nearly 19% lived in poverty. That estimate covered 2020 to 2024. Flooding adds another burden. Hurricanes bring water. Heavy rain brings water too. Planning documents note repeated flooding. Florence serves a big region. But benefits land unevenly. Some neighborhoods gain more than others. That contradiction places Florence 5th. Essential does not always mean loved. Number 4, Orangeburg. Orangeburg gets judged quickly. People notice aging corridors. They notice visible poverty. They notice slower growth. Compared with the coast, compared with the upstate, its population was about 13,400. That was in 2025. About 1/3 lived in poverty. Recent 5-year figures showed that. But Orangeburg holds deep significance. It anchors Black education. South Carolina State University stands here. Claflin University stands here too. The city holds painful history. In 1968, protests erupted. They centered on a segregated bowling alley. Then came tragedy. Law enforcement opened fire. The 3 students were killed. Many others were wounded. The Orangeburg massacre left a scar. History gives the city weight. Resilience gives it dignity. But history cannot replace jobs. It cannot revive every struggling block. That painful contrast earns 4th place. Number 3. North Charleston. North Charleston feels like several cities. Industrial zones dominate one area. Highways dominate another. Rail lines cut through. Older neighborhoods sit nearby. The airport corridor adds another layer. New redevelopment changes some districts. Depending on the street, everything changes. Crime shaped its reputation. That reputation still lingers. But the picture is changing. Police reported falling crime in 2025. Violent crime declined. Nonviolent crime declined too. Technology is expanding. Hundreds of cameras feed a hub. Park Circle changed local perceptions. Redevelopment made it more desirable. But not everyone benefits equally. Some residents fear displacement. Some feel investment skips their neighborhoods. Traffic remains a constant complaint. North Charleston is improving, but improvement creates new tension. That tension earns 3rd place. Now the list changes. The top 2 are appealing. That is exactly why people resent them. Their success became overwhelming. Number 2. Charleston. Charleston is admired everywhere. It is also deeply resented. Wedding groups love it. Food tourists love it. History lovers love it. Residents often feel differently. Beauty brings crowds. Crowds bring investment. Investment raises the cost of staying. That is Charleston's contradiction. Owner-occupied homes averaged about $509,700. Recent census estimates showed that. Median rent reached about $1,722. Population kept growing too. It grew nearly 6%. From 2020 to 2025. For many workers, Charleston feels unreachable. The postcard costs too much. Then there is flooding. Water is a critical issue. City planning says so. Sea level rise threatens the future. 2 to 3 feet are possible. Over the next 50 years. Charleston's strengths created its complaints. It is easy to visit. It is hard to afford. That earns 2nd place. Number 1. Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach sells a fantasy. Ocean views, golf, seafood, family entertainment. But everyday life feels different. Residents face crowded roads. They face packed beaches. They face neon distractions. They face seasonal jobs. They face endless visitors. Visitors act like nobody lives there. Then checkout comes. The locals remain. Here is the hidden number. Myrtle Beach had about 40,900 residents. That was in 2025. But millions of visitors arrive. A small city absorbs massive pressure. That changes everything. It changes roads. It changes noise. It changes policing. It changes local life. It even distorts crime comparisons. Per capita statistics can look worse. Because visitors are not counted locally. Yet, incidents still involve them. Growth adds more pressure. Population rose about 14.7%. From 2020 to 2025. Median home value hit $388,800. About 19% lived in poverty. Tourism creates huge economic activity. But many jobs stay seasonal. Housing keeps getting harder. The economy serves people who leave. That is the core tension. Myrtle Beach gets defended constantly. It gets mocked constantly. It gets revisited constantly. That is why it ranks first. It is consumed, criticized, and repeated. The town people complain about most. And still return to. That contradiction ties the list together. Columbia shows unrealized potential. Sumter feels temporary. Florence feels uneven. Orangeburg carries visible struggle. North Charleston shows uneven change. Charleston suffers from expensive popularity. Myrtle Beach suffers from overwhelming popularity. None of these towns is simply bad. Each has neighborhoods. Each has families. Each has institutions. Each has history. No ranking captures everything, but reputations still matter. They affect tourism. They affect investment. They affect life decisions. Which town gets unfair criticism? Share your answer below. Subscribe for more honest place-based stories. Sometimes the most hated place is simply the most contradictory.